This is all wrong. I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school on the other side of the ocean. Yet you all come to us young people for hope. How dare you!
Boring. 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 Boring.
You got it work. Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly what you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
I call again for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, the return of the sausages, the hostages.
Welcome, one and all. Lembit Öpik Live is coming to you from Washington, D.C. As I meet various people in quite posh places. This is a short introduction to where I've been and what's going on. Little diversion from the usual politics. But I thought it might be interesting. First of all, let's talk about the weather. There we go. That's the snow here in Washington, D.C. It's thick and firm, and it's so cold. It's about -8 Celsius, which is some sort of, I think, high teens Fahrenheit. They still do Fahrenheit over here. Well, Dr. David Viner, who said that children just won't know what snow is. 200 million people disagree with you, I think, in the United States of America. And boy, it is icy out there. Very easy to fall over, but it's beautiful too. At the hotel that I'm staying in, the Sheraton, it is. Yeah, it sounds very posh. Got a very good deal. When I arrived, they had this wonderful World Foosball tour. And they were great people. I have to say, they welcomed me with open arms. And I stood around there just watching. It was all good. It's such an innocent, positive, family-friendly thing. And there's some people who posed for my benefit at the event. What a great bunch of people. Now, it's not the only, this is a bit like a guided tour, but I just thought I'd take advantage of the fact I'm here. Now, the other thing I've noticed, which isn't in a photograph, is the fact that people are very friendly here. They're very, very positive. And you don't really notice it until you leave the United Kingdom. The rest of the world seems happier than we are. And I certainly feel that in Washington. I haven't seen crowds of dropouts on fentanyl in the streets. I haven't seen anyone waving a gun. It's actually all rather quiet and mild-mannered and polite. In fact, it's actually very quiet at the moment because there seems to be some kind of a lockdown. That's a picture right up to Capitol Hill there at the top. And it's a bit like 28 days later, if you've seen the film. There's no one around. And that's perhaps partly because there's a government lockdown, a partial lockdown here at the moment due to various problems between Donald Trump and the Congress, really around ICE, the security organization, which has rather controversially been involved in a couple of killings recently, and is trying to apprehend illegal migrants and take them out of the country. But it is quite eerie. It is quite eerie. That was actually a picture I took, if you're watching this live, just a couple of days ago, right in the middle of Washington. And there are almost no people around. Perhaps partly it's the weather, but it really is very subdued here. And I noticed that pretty much every day that I go out of the hotel. And it feels to me like there is definitely a suppressed economic activity here. I had to go for a meeting, and it was in the Waldorf Astoria. Look at that building. Look at that fantastic building. It really is a magnificent sight. And within that building, I'm sure that I did not staying there, by the way, to be absolutely clear. Do not imagine I got those kinds of funds. But you just felt the wealth all over the place. They're so wealthy. And inside is just a spectacle. I may have a picture of that a bit later on. If you come to Washington and you see all of this, you also get a sense of size and perspective. A picture from higher up. This is an evening scene here from the hotel. Very cold, very beautiful as well. but there is a certain sense of occasion to the place, I suppose. I think that's how I describe it, a sense of occasion, where you do feel you're in a global capital city. I would say that's probably the best way to describe it. They have they have the mindset of a city which really matters on the world stage. That's how I'd put it. And why not? If you go to Moscow, you get something similar in terms of the aspect of it. You get the same feeling of grandness, and I kind of like it really. I actually think that the way that it presents itself is appropriate to a nation with the importance and status, whether you like America or not. It's important that it's got status, and it's relevant to the importance and status of the nation. Now, behind me, the television is on CNN, and yesterday, if you're watching this live, was it the day before now? Puxatawny Phil, oh yes, the very same one as in Groundhog Day, was doing its thing. It's a real ritual. Puxatawny Phil comes out, and if he sees his own shadow, you've got 6 more weeks of winter. If he doesn't see his own shadow, you don't get 6 more weeks of winter. And they covered it on CNN. And Puxatawny Phil saw his own shadow. So just as in Bill Murray's film Groundhog Day, 6 more weeks of winter. I'm looking out the window, 8 inches of snow, it's still there. It didn't go. So maybe Puxatawny Phil was correct. Apparently he's got a dreadful hit rate. He's only right 35% of the time. Not sure quite how they measure it, but there we go. I think we do have a picture of the inside of the Waldorf Astoria. If we can put that up, that would be absolutely great. There we are. Yeah. It's really quite grand and almost intimidatingly so. I looked at the menu. I won't be eating there, folks. I can tell you. But it is fittingly impressive and about half a mile walk from Capitol Hill. So no doubt it does that. Now, what am I doing here? Well, I'm working with people in the independent television sector and broadcasting sector to try to defend the values which Unprecedented TV was set up to defend. Freedom of expression, essentially a ruthless commitment to news and facts, and a gracious commitment to views and opinions. And that's got quite a lot of resonance here. I get the sense that in the United States, freedom is still a treasured word, and it's even enshrined in the Constitution, apparently. So I think that Unprecedented TV will be increasing its collaboration with those here in Washington, those close to Donald Trump, perhaps as well, at the same time as trying to act as a line of defense against the loss of freedom of expression in the United Kingdom. It hasn't all been work. I went to the Air and Space Museum, the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum. That's the X-15, the fastest aircraft ever built. Did 4,520 miles per hour, which is pretty substantial, and went to 354,000 feet, which is space. Neil Armstrong actually flew in the X-15 as part of his earlier days before he went on to become the first man to stand on the moon. And here is the spacesuit of Neil Armstrong, the actual spacesuit he walked on the moon in back in July the 20th, 1969. And there's plenty more to tell you about the place as well, but I want to keep this short today. All of this is to say that for those, I'll finish with 3 comments now, I'll keep it short. The first comment is that America does show largesse to guests. I feel on the whole people are very warm and welcoming, particularly when they hear a British accent. They have pleasant questions and often pleasant memories of going to America, to the United States, from the United Kingdom from America as well. Secondly, they do have some degree of curiosity about what's going on in Britain, and almost universally, they are concerned about what's happening to our freedom of expression. And that's not because I'm telling them we're losing our free speech, it's because they've observed it from here. And that's perhaps the biggest worry, really, for them, I think. And the third thing is that as far as those of us who believe that freedom of expression is important, can get together, we should. Because there is this strong sense that we are being oppressed, that we're being silenced, and that a woke agenda, which is meant to be tolerant and relativistic and everything, is really not tolerant at all. Now, that's, I think, the area that I'm going to most want to focus on in the weeks and months ahead, when I'm talking to the people of, well, not just America, but in Britain and across Europe as well. I wonder if that basically means that we operate on the basis of finding common cause wherever we get it, perhaps going into other languages, but being ruthlessly committed to the defense of opinions and the expression of those opinions. Unprecedented is no place for derision, for cheap shots, which don't really add to a debate, but it's definitely the home for heated discussion. And I will never try and stop anyone from talking about the subjects that they care about here on Unprecedented. Please do like and subscribe. We'll be coming back to normal service in good old United Kingdom pretty soon. But all the other programs are still going from all over the world, from Manila right through to very near Manchester. We are live and active as your voice to the world. Ruthless with news, gracious with views. And hopefully I have some good news with some new collaborations here in Washington and beyond, and also in Dallas. So that's my brief little take on the situation in the capital of the United States of America. There's the snow again. Dr. Viner, I think you owe us all an apology. I'm Lembit Öpik. That was a brief visit to Washington, D.C. Hope you have a very good day, and I'll see you when I cross what they affectionately call the pond.
Immediate ceasefire in Gaza. The return of the sausages.